I keep hammer and sickle. I keep thinking that the program is
Hammer and
called.
scorecard.
I know what I'm thinking. It's
Oh,
called.
it should
sickle.
totally be hammer and sickle, though. I mean,
one day.
one day soon we'll make the hammer and sickle app.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Rock and roll.
See you guys soon.
Yeah.
Hey, say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Now you're. Bum, 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 bum.
I've got this theory about sunlight where, you know, when sometimes
Let's do that reverse frame so we can see you say
Oh,
what
sweet.
you're saying. There you go.
when you take sunlight into your eyes and it makes you want to sneeze. You ever experienced
All
that?
the time. Every
I
day.
think what's happening is the sunlight's killing like a fungus or a bacteria or something in your body, and then your body is expelling the dead husk of, and I think it's fungus for some reason. Like,
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen the Super Mario Brothers movie?
No, with Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, and Dennis Hopper. Dennis Hopper as Koopa.
Oh, but great cast though.
So you got Dennis Hopper and John Leguizamo as Luigi, but the point is that Dennis Hopper's got Koopa Tower, and he's basically Trump, and you know he's the president and he's also the Koopa, but he's really afraid of fungus because of the Mario series. He doesn't.
Oh.
He's always washing his hands. He always wipes it off. He's hand sanitizer. He's really afraid of fungus.
And he
And
presides over the Mushroom Kingdom.
well, he's taken over the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Only to eradicate it, and so he wants to enslave and destroy the mushrooms.
Yeah, and he's definitely going after Princess Toadstool.
So he's Goomba's afraid.
Yeah.
And now they're acting out of fear.
Totally.
So kind of like the far leftists.
But at the same, yeah, exactly, because at the same time, the electric cars. If you go to Goomba's world and Koopa's world, everything's all electric cars, and they call them the environmentalist choice. So
Whoa, like Hitler.
yeah, basically,
Yeah, he was making Germany great again.
yeah. I mean, well,
So
that's what his poster said.
How does Princess Toadstool fit into all this?
Well, there's a bunch of princesses. Have you guys noticed how many princesses there are? There's
Yeah.
Princess Peach, Princess Toadstool. What's the other one? Princess.
Power? I don't know.
A lot of princesses going on.
There was Peach for sure. She came later.
She was
Who
cute.
was the one they were like, thanks Mario, but your princess is in another castle.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
Was
think
it our
that's-
princess or your princess?
I feel like Princess Toadstool is the one Mario likes the most. but I
Oh
don't know
no,
if
the
that's-
mushrooms would be like, oh Mario, thanks, but the princess is in another castle.
So what's up with that? Is she cheating on Mario with Koopa and she doesn't want to admit it? It's just a complicated,
That's
like,
deep,
I've got two lovers.
maybe. I don't even blame her at that point. I mean, if he's like imprisoned her and is threatening her with her life unless she has sex with him, she's like,
It could be that
I'm not
simple.
gonna-
It could be like the Ramanandra. It could be like one of those old, Krishna, like epics where like Rama's wife is off. But I think it's more like, he's more authoritarian. He's a little bit more masculine in a way. Mario's cool, but like
he smokes a lot of pot.
he's working all the time.
Yeah.
He's with his brother most of the time. Like his
His
brother and
brother is
him are
like a-
so close. It's like, are they even brothers? Or are they just like,
Lovers. Brothers or lovers from another mother.
you guys know?
I think they're brothers. I mean, that's what I want to believe. This is the road, but
We should be careful because there's two guys hiking with monopods
Yeah,
and
you
jetpacks.
don't want to cross those dudes.
They look like they're about to launch. Wait, are those? That's us.
Yeah,
That's a trip.
sans jetpacks, bud.
So
think
we're
we're
in
about-
Maryland. I guess as the time I should start to say hello. Hey everyone, say hello to Ian. Ian,
What's up, homies?
say hello to everyone.
Hey, everyone.
You did a good job. All right, the fungus is amongst us. The fungus is among us. There you go. And yeah, says Maggot. How much of Bowser's family is a parody of the Japanese royalty?
Well, let's go deep on that.
That's a good call. Because
When we're talking about Japanese royalty, you're talking about the emperor.
I mean, well, there's definitely all of these families in Japan that are like not necessarily even just the emperor, but he's supposed to be from the dragon.
What the Tokugawa shogunate? Are you talking about the shogunates? There's Oda Nobunaga, Tokugawa, the Edo clan. I think the Edo clan was Oda, the Nobunaga family. They were like the shoguns of the time in the 1500s. They weren't the emperor, but they were all
Yeah, they were like
Power.
gangsters,
the real power.
powerful gangsters with
And I
like their
think-
own little thrones.
Tokugawa wanted to become the emperor and ended up becoming the emperor, maybe.
Get that feeling that this kind of looks like Japan, or are we just imagining it?
No, it really does.
It got that, like, doesn't it? You guys feel that? You guys feel that Japan thing?
No, no. Really, it's like a nice, easy,
Nice.
Japanese vibe. Yeah, I
So
really,
good.
I love that Japanese, like Zen garden.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I remember when I was like 10, I was looking through this magazine from, I think it was like the Wayfair catalog. I was like, I want to get a Japanese Oriental rope swing. And my dad, he was like, you're a Japanese Oriental rope swing. And that was the
You
end
took
of
it to
that.
heart.
That was the end of that.
I really am.
I really am.
What have I become?
Yeah.
But you never end up getting one?
Not technically, but I did get a rope swing. I mean, it's just come from Japan, but
Oh, you can hear the water running.
dude, you guys want to see this? Just wanna, I don't know if you can. Let's get some down there. What do you guys think of that? Beautiful, right? So tranquil. How is it possible? Especially right now, it's like supposed to be winter time.
72 degrees.
72 degrees.
Global warming is real.
Hairspray really did save the world.
Did you see the tropical storm off the coast of Florida?
I didn't see it, but I heard of it.
Yeah, there's another one coming.
What are they calling it?
Io or something.
Oh,
It's like a 2 or 3 letter word.
huh.
Ida. Maybe it's Ida.
Weirdo.
It's weird that they name them after humans. I was thinking,
Yeah.
like, what egocentric humanity's got this like complexion where we think we're the center of the.
Right.
Well, I don't want to say we. I don't want to speak for everyone because a lot of people are beyond, have transcended this nonsense. But
Anthropicism is a huge issue. It's
That's
like
true.
you can personify a storm. I get that, but why do you have to make it a human personification?
Right.
And like, if a human's a personification of an organism or a series of organisms, then why aren't we thinking of ourselves more like political bodies? These are the real issues.
I've been thinking of us as like a giant amoeba, which is a collection of cells.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were telling me about the evolution of the amoeba, that was really incredible. At some point, you think that fungus and amoeba diverged along the evolutionary scale.
Opisthokonta. Yeah.
Opisthokonta, what's that?
Okay, so again, back to Mario Brothers. In the Princess Toadstool version of reality, what happens is there's this mucousy membrane that's hanging from the ceiling, coming down all the time, and that turns out to have been a devolved mushroom, and you get to the point where it all comes out at the same time. Human, like mammalian sapiens, reptilians, and the mushroom, they all come out of the mushroom because the mushroom starts with having all the same things. It's got neurons, it's got stomach, lungs, everything else, but it's like an internet. It's like a lock-in at the church with like 6 Xboxes playing Halo on an Ethernet cable for all the different systems. And you can use them if someone has a stroke, you can turn on the other half of the brain to do a lot of the things the other half is doing, but specialization starts to happen. So that's the big difference between mushrooms and Opisthokonta has mushrooms or fungus and larger specialization-based organisms.
Is that what the amoeba was? Oh, sorry to interrupt your train of thought.
No, that's fine.
So was the amoeba is a specialization organism then? Or
It's simple.
specialization allows for the amoeba?
It's a simplified single cellular organism that when it works with another single cellular organism, it can say you do that and I'll do this, which is essentially what mushrooms do. But in a hierarchical body, you'll have brains that are only where the brains are at usually, and that's not completely true because you've got brains in your stomach. Your gut thinks, it has like a cockroach that loses its head, it will still be thinking until it suffocates or starves rather. But mushrooms do have those cells. They're just everywhere. But we've decided to have a brain area of the political body, and that's really that hierarchy, that specialization, that you be the butt and I be the brain. That's kind of a very organism. Not like that's where Opisthokonta kind of divides from mushrooms into.
What is Opisthokonta exactly? Is that the amoeba?
That's the eukaryote that fungus and organisms like animals and plants and that all comes out of there.
Oh.
So we are closer related to mushrooms than we are to plants, because plants, like the cell wall difference between vegetation lacking a cell wall and then organisms that are biological, like what do you call that, like meat-based animals, they have meat bags.
Organic? No, that's carbon.
They're all organic, they're all carbon. It's just that one has cell walls. Humans, animals, they have cell walls.
Eukaryotes, is that what they called?
Well, eukaryote has families and branches of different lineages.
I'm not at all a chemist or a biologist. It's funny when I just yell out words that I know, like eukaryote.
Amoeba records. Yeah,
I'm like
ya.
Amoeba Records.
That's
I've
what
been
I
there
thought.
before.
That's what I was
I
thinking.
used to live out there.
I love
in
Amoeba
LA,
Records.
in Hollywood.
It's a good
Youth
thing.
Records was pretty cool. The big one in LA on
Dude,
Sunset.
so nice, and like it's a good like hangout. And
They
you
used to
meet.
have bands. I think it closed.
Oh no.
Yeah, a while ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. Is that
a
true?
bummer.
Can anyone verify that?
Can you
That's
guys
so
look this up?
sad.
We don't want to be saying stuff on the internet that's not provable.
So
Okay. So you guys look that up and tell us.
The human like obsession with human is like this whole political game thing that's been going on for the last. So they spent 2 years building up to.
Wait, bro.
Look at this.
We got to pivot. Yeah.
Dude, ancient architecture.
Dude,
Look at that.
here we are.
River.
Andreas and Ian here in Tartaria.
Up, homie.
This is the tunnel that leads straight into the infinity.
You will go back in time if you travel through there.
Yeah. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Side
Some
choices.
ancient.
Although seriously, it is pretty impressive. I mean, I know I was kind of kidding, but now when I look at it, I'm more and more excited by it. I don't know. Is it just because like there's like a train? So that's a train track bridge.
Speaking of,
Synchronicity much?
time is an illusion.
Come
time
on,
is
guys. All right. Maybe can we walk around
Yeah,
and
we
not
can-
get hit by the train
real.
though?
You can walk over here, and then there's a path. I
Okay.
hear.
Well, you just can't go wrong with that.
Dude, I love time travel and like. Did you ever read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Yes.
Going through like small like portals,
Uh-huh.
taking you to alternate realities or dimensions.
Dude, we need more wardrobes.
Yeah.
Those are rad.
I think that's why I like video games, because you turn it on and you're like you portal into this alternate, this other world. But if we could do that in reality somehow, which we kind of have with video chat, you know, you'd be like, look where because right now people are portaling into this reality through a box, but it's not quite where they can like just step through and be here with us. Like if we could get to that.
Are we gonna need to stand right here for a second? How's it going? Yeah. Right? How much is winning is that?
That was awesome. Human connection.
They're like, no one does that for us anymore. You know, I feel like truckers and train. I've seen like Facebook posts. They're like, when was the last time I got asked? You know, it was a big thing for me. Was a kid asking me to pull my horn.
The trucker that was driving.
Yeah.
Max was my brother. Max is a trucker.
Dude, yeah, that's a good job. I mean, it's a good job. It's important.
It's interesting. He got worn out after a year of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
Trains.
interacting with the train conductor.
Yeah. I mean, magic right there.
Yeah.
Dude, he's supposed to just stay on a path, and he was like, you know what? Take a moment.
Okay. It's possible that we've walked too far.
I don't know about that.
I heard that maybe it's never possible. I heard that crossing the bridge was part of the trek.
Ah.
But I didn't see a path. And it was, instead of taking the road, you take the path.
Maryland's such a weird name. Like, how'd that happen?
Mary Land.
Yeah.
Is it like happy? Mary happy?
Is it
No, that's Mary M-E-R.
Is it like the Madonna? Is it like the Virginia and Maryland?
Yep.
Let's find out.
Might have something to do with this area. Maybe that's the path ahead.
Yeah, could be. That makes sense. Wraps around.
Take us down to the river.
They have shields on their licenses, I realize now.
I guess just getting this neurotic thought out.
About fungus or sneezing or something like that?
No, it's more about all those and more, about humans like being so obsessed with themselves.
I don't know.
Naming storms after themselves. You know, one thing they don't do is all the imagery, but the political game, how it's like, we're going to spend the next 2 years talking about who's going to be president as if it's that important on Earth.
Right, yeah, the
What
one person
monkey
who
gets
you
to
don't
sit in
hang
the
out
chair.
with. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think that this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is an angle right there.
These are pretty awesome. Like, we've done a lot of interesting stuff on Earth.
Yeah. I mean, like, case in point. I love that this is like a famous bicycle path. Like, there's like bicyclists that come here to hang out by the train, by the river.
People will park up that. I think it's up that way. Like the ancient. The river's amazing. Rocks.
Big train.
Yeah, remember before trains, they used to have to ride on horseback across everywhere.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, it goes back and show all this.
You gotta wonder about also, they built the train. It's like certain families all of a sudden had access to all the money and all the wealth and all the
Vanderbilts.
instantaneously. Yeah.
Oh, all the families that could afford to
Yeah.
travel.
Well, yeah. Ford though, Vanderbilt, Carnegie. These guys had come out of. I think Carnegie was. I don't know if he was really an orphan or a foundling, but he used to do boxing and things like that.
Really?
And yeah, he was like a real scrapper.
I like the stories of like the super rich billionaires of history that started off as like the real deal. Like,
Yeah.
they worked every day. They came from not a lot. Maybe
They were
came from,
starve crazed and megalomaniac.
yeah, and like they were a child boxer. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. So I guess I was gonna say Tim's kind of an interesting version of that because he came from nothing. Just like worked every day. But like
That'd be a really
Rockefeller-
great start, like Cosmo story, like out of the nothingness of like the unbreathed breath came the Tim.
Yeah.
That'd be like a comic book.
What's my dad's name? But like, there's also the rich kids that, like Donald Trump, who aspire and became great as well. Because it's kind of like we were talking about the American dream and how
Yeah.
someone was saying, I think Obama was saying that Trump was the American dream. He was like at the essence of the American dream.
You had access to education you could only have access to after that many steps of generations get to
Right.
that point.
His family passed down the wealth,
Yeah.
which is like part of the American dream.
But also his uncle, went to school, knew engineering. There's a certain growth that happens. It's not just helter skelter every generation that way. If you give what you get to the next generation, then they can build on it. So there's that theoretical idea, unless they become so nepotistic that they don't do anything at all and they regress.
Yeah. But in a lot of cases, they don't. Okay, it looks like we're about to.
Let's check out some reality here. It says you're not allowed to drink alcohol here, which is fine. We quit drinking. So we're moving into this new world where we won't be able to handle it.
I drink water.
Yeah,
But
I do.
I'm gonna have a drink.
I did start drinking
glass of
water. Sure. Pets off leash is prohibited. Wow.
No hunting, no weapons. This is not a weapon.
Which is interesting. There are places around here for hunting, so that's why that says that, to make it clear.
Oh, I wonder if this path straight ahead leads down into something. Do you know which way to the river by any chance?
River?
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. That worked out
My
perfectly.
guess was just.
All right.
Cultural resources.
Let me. I'll flip the camera this way. I mean, isn't it great? We're going places you don't see anyone with masks on. It's like,
Yeah, I like
finally. I think that's a big reason people watch these videos is they just want to see somebody without a mask on.
I was just thinking about that today. With all the movies that are coming out, the characters aren't going to be wearing masks.
Oh, no way.
They'll be like at the place, and if they do have a movie where like the main character goes to the bank and everyone's wearing masks, it's going to be the lamest movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we wanted to make like utilitarian Spider-Man, like we could do masked movies, but it'd have to be like, I mean, start you on that path. Like, is that how this happened? Did superheroes start out during 1919 influenza? You never know.
I wonder which way we go from here.
This is either the Blair Witch Project. No, that's a different state. That's Maine.
I
Right.
can hear the river up over the side.
Okay. Maryland. I just like the name. I like it, don't you? Maryland. It just Andreas is in Maryland with Ian. It just sounds like you test the sentence out. It's good.
Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that word.
Even if I say it like Maryland, it's okay. But Maryland, it's like people say it.
Yeah, Maryland, like Mother Mary, right?
Yeah.
Jesus' mother.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't spell it like Merry Christmas, so it must have been.
What do you think about Jesus' mom getting knocked up by God?
I mean, I think God should be more careful.
I think this is part of the river.
Wow.
It's an inlet or something.
But clearly,
I think she got knocked up by a black dude who would have got executed if they found out. So she told everyone she didn't know how she got pregnant.
honestly, my theory is Mary is black. So from what I get is that Yeshua, who was the great Jesus before they started calling him Jesus, Yeshua was this darker guy, but that perhaps the Carthaginian mother, in Northwest Africa, married Joseph, this dude, who was more, maybe not black, maybe like Mediterranean, Semitic looking, Sephardic,
Mm-hmm.
And so he had a black wife, But because of the Romans taking over Carthage in the census, he was forced to go back home and leave Carthage for the census. So they went back to Israel, or Jerusalem, where Yeshua was born. But like, that would make a decent amount of sense. That
The Romans sent him back?
yeah, because of the census. Because they were like, everyone has to go home for the census. Which is like, imagine how weird that would be. Like you were in Carthage, Africa, and you had to travel like 1,000 miles.
Just to give him some numbers?
Yeah, like that isn't, it's a weird story.
Wow, this is the river.
You guys can't even see the river yet, can you?
This is gonna blow your
Boom.
fucking mind. Ooh, that's nice.
Gosh, right?
I think this is the Potomac. Or either the Potomac or the it's where the Potomac meets
This is where George Washington used to hang out.
yeah. And Elliot Rogers. I'm just making up names. I don't know who is Elliot Rogers. Elliot Smith.
Elliot Smith.
He was a musician.
It doesn't matter. He'll probably love Maryland.
George Washington and his homies.
George Washington and the Smiths is a good band.
Eli Whitney and the Cotton Gin.
Oh yeah, the Cotton Gin was such a good band. I used to like the Cotton Gin before they were cool.
Remember those rocks we would hang out on over there?
Dude,
Wow, right up on the river shore.
I don't know, man. Like people don't like. Some people are like, why? Why East Coast? Why not California? And I get it. California, I've been there. I like it. I like it. But look at these colors.
Yeah.
Be happy with nature, guys.
Time of year, you know, I'm okay with global warming if it means
Dude.
it's going to stay 70 degrees.
I think everyone in Maryland should have to get hairspray and spray it like 20 minutes a day. Just, you know, to keep it like this.
Man, this
Okay.
smell reminds me of my childhood.
Really?
You know, we used to go a lot to like Lake Erie.
Oh, wow. It's very natural.
Just that
I flew over your house, actually, on my way here.
the Ohio house.
Yeah, I totally, like, while I was flying over, like, I wonder if I'm, like, near Ohio right now. I looked at dead center. It was so good. And then, like, so such a short flight, too. It's crazy. I feel like it's getting smaller.
If this shit ever hits the fan, we got the river to keep us alive.
Yeah.
I got those life straws, so you can like drink shit water and it's still good for you.
That's super rad.
Wow, there's seashells up in this.
Yeah, or some kind of snail shell things. I guess they are seashells.
Well, I don't know if they're actually from the sea.
Yeah, they might
What
just
is-
be.
The sea is a freshwater. Is that what it is? And then the oceans are salt.
Sea is saltwater.
Sea is saltwater.
Sea is enclosed ocean.
Okay, but a lake is a freshwater.
Yeah, I think they have saltwater lakes, but for the most part, they're all freshwater.
Man, this smells so
And the leaves falling. This is like Charlie Brown cartoon, but real life.
good. I take it for granted growing up in this environment that you're not from this environment. It's something unique.
Yeah, dude. Disney Channel is so normal now, but this, never seen it.
It's either one of these two rivers. It's Potomac, and there's another river right here that meets with the Potomac. I'm not sure. We'll look it up.
Yeah, he's looking it up. If you guys want to beat into it, you guys can tell us what river connects to the Potomac. Oh man, there's tons of comments I'm missing here. Whoa. Caledonia. I don't think that's right. That's Scotland. Is it right?
That's not the river.
Yeah.
Well, Brittany just messaged me.
Good job, Brittany. Hi, everybody. Robert Hayes. Be careful not to cross that bridge before you come to it. Hey, I like
Good
it.
call. Funny too.
Ah, Brett. Amabiosis.
This is the Potomac.
Clam.
Confirmed. And it meets with
Confirmed
the
Potomac.
Shenandoah. The Shenandoah River. This is the Potomac, and then I think that it goes that way to the Shenandoah, or rather, it goes this way from where the Shenandoah met the Potomac, and then they
Nice.
forge into the Potomac. And it continues.
Forge.
Yes, they have become themselves. They have
Whoa.
become one.
Should we walk along the river line?
Yeah, Bob Denver sang about the Shenandoah River.
Oh yeah?
Shenandoah River in his
Oh yeah!
Hudson Road.
Shenandoah
This is where
River.
he's from, man. That's crazy.
I like the songs. Pretty good stuff. We should like cover that.
Yeah.
Robots. You know, I'm only using robots because I realize like at a certain point you just replace robots with people anyway. Because you get like an actual guitarist and you don't need a robot anymore.
Right.
So that's the other funny thing.
Things came full circle. They changed direction, and then I like the selfie stick.
Oh, it's so easy. You want to feel it for a second?
Sure.
You don't have to hold it forever. We don't like it.
No,
but
I
it's actually kind of reasonable. Like you're like, hey, I can look like do a little swing. Go ahead, just you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's great. The angle's good. I like the wide shot of this camera too.
Dude, it's pretty sweet.
I missed some. What were the comments? I didn't really see.
Let's pull up some comments,
Yeah,
guys.
What are you guys thinking about
Yeah, what are you guys thinking about right
this
now?
the journey?
Okay, let's go back because there's a lot of people. I didn't realize how many there were because it froze for a second. Koopa Shrooms, Secon. I got Stackwood ETA. It's Zeta Halo, huh? I grew up in Edgewater, Maryland, says Alan Tremper. I love the Chesapeake Bay. I love the hillbillies I grew up with. Dude, Alan Tremper, you sound legit.
Hillbillies are cool.
Yeah, and we love it
Those
here.
are like my cousins.
Like, I had a feeling, I'm one of those feeling-based people, so I was like, this is gonna be great, but I was like, impressed. It's so much nicer.
Yeah, the air is so fresh.
Edgewater, we'll have to look into.
Edgewater, Maryland.
Yeah, and then the Koopas are minions of Japanese royalty. A Kappa.
Oh, I love that.
A Kappa is a river child, also known as a river boy or a horse puller.
Kappa. That's like a elite speak thing for like winning or something.
Oh yeah,
People
yeah.
be like,
Kappa Kai.
Is that what it is?
Something like that. It was one of those. Kappa Kai or Cobra Kai. I don't know. Distribution of resources mushrooms underground. There should still be some laughing gymnopolis mushrooms. The shroom and Tartarian fly. Garrett. Gosh, you guys went deep into the. Yeah. Okay. Kane. Can I see? No. Can I taste? No. Can I go over there? No. What am I doing here? Jersey Bob. What do you want to see? What do you want to taste? Tell me, Jersey Bob. Kane showed up casino system. Less than 0. If they make mainstream movies after COVID, they'll have to have everyone wearing gas masks. Well, we could do gas mask movies, but this is like, we're already kind of like, we were working on a movie that was about what would happen if like there was like an international virus shutdown.
That's so weird.
And then this happened. So
dude,
is what it is.
I think they got to make masks that you can't see, that are like invisible.
Well, they have those shields. But I like the idea of one that has like a plant growing in it, and you just, dude, I got hit by a leaf. That was like amazing.
A plant growing in it.
Yeah, and just breathe the plant air all the time. That'd be sweet.
Not just like see-through, but electromagnetically invisible, like those invisibility cloaks.
Like a plasma force field.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet. Then it'd be all around you.
Oh, okay.
$2 from Christopher. Thanks a lot, Christopher. I appreciate that.
Christopher rocks.
Rover says, "What's up, brothers?" Rover, if you were saying, I saw that you aren't familiar with the Discord, go to tartarynova.com, click on the Discord. We'll be on there later today, and we'll talk more about that. That's super awesome. Glad that you're back.
5G mobile.
5G mobile. I mean, everyone hates it, but me, I don't know. I can't. I'm enjoying it. It's not making my head hurt.
Pretty cool.
They were references to your conversation back. For context, just comments is all. Plant to the face. Yes.
Soon we'll have the contact lenses, yeah, where we'll be able to read the comments in our contacts, so we won't have to like get up on the thing and be like, blah blah blah. And also neural net, it'll just be in our minds, like it'll be, if we wanna.
How many trains? Like they must be bringing lots of stuff places.
It reminds me of my childhood. I think I've said that before. Did you have a train where you grew up?
Yeah, but not often. Like it would come like maybe once a day, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that's
where it would like honk the horn and remind you of.
Yeah.
Did you hear it from your bedroom with the window open or anything?
No, not where I lived.
I had one of those. It was really cool.
My grandparents' house was pretty close to a train, but it was like a steam train for fun. It wasn't like a real train. There's a downtown Santa Cruz has a train track that runs through it, but I only remember it happening like rarely.
Speaking of Santa, how's the city recovering after the fire?
Oh, I mean, there's always another issue. Santa Cruz's fires are, they weren't as destructive as we anticipated them being. We were really, really lucky. But like the regions all the way up to Last Chance, all the people that it did affect, those are the worst off because they were so far away, trapped and stuff. So it's pretty bummer.
Cool. I think we can go out on this isthmus. It's not really isthmus.
Something or other.
This jut. Oh, I love it. Uneven, rocky ridge.
Yeah, that's sweet.
I think people have been here before.
I know, George Washington probably hung out here.
Yeah.
Let's believe it. He was like, this is nice. I think I'll make camp here. I think I'll build my nation right here.
If they attack, they'll attack from one direction.
So something that came up yesterday, like right before I met with you guys, people were asking about George Washington, the cherry tree. And I didn't answer clearly, but I kind of hinted at it. And then, so the Moorish flag has to do with the cherry tree. And the idea is that when George Washington cut down the cherry tree, he was actually removing the flagpole and taking down the flag of the Moorish Empire that was already here, that was already doing trading with the Cherokee Confederates, like before the European powers.
I don't think this is a good crossing spot.
Oh well. Yeah, I think you're right.
It's too risky at this hour. Wow, that's cool.
Let's flip this around. This is great.
Yeah.
This is like a daily spot you can make a video at. What?
Yeah, dude.
So good.
I think I'm in ketosis right now.
I feel so yeah, because what we had was like fish, and I already digested my rice.
Got white rice.
I feel nothing but health right now.
I did eat some like cake this morning.
You ate cake? Nice.
Yeah.
I had a quesadilla.
Oh, there's a bunch of vitamins I'll show you. I forgot to tell you.
Sweet.
Quesadilla sounds great.
Dude, and resveratrol.
Had a bunch of feta cheese and vegetables. Yeah, resveratrol is amazing. We should get some beets.
Flip this around so they can see us and the lake while we talk about resveratrol, sorry,
Dude,
and
the
health food.
river.
Dude, and the Potomac.
Potomac.
Sorry.
Was that Egyptian dude, right?
My
Did
bad.
he invent mathematics or something?
Sometimes.
The Ptolemaic Academy? Did he make an academy?
I don't know if he made the academy or if it was built around him, because the forum just gets people that like that style of math. We should find that out though.
Oh.
Can't guarantee.
Kind of like Socrates.
Yeah, right? Who knows what Socrates really did
Dude,
other
what a
than have
great
sex with his students?
Did he?
Maybe.
Dude, that guy was a philanderer.
Yeah, but he sounds rad.
I know.
Yeah.
He'd just talk about stuff and Plato would write it down.
Yeah, and then they were like, you know what? You've said too much. And then they were
It's
just
so
like,
crazy that they killed him.
yeah, well, not really, because they had a democracy. So that's how that works.
And he was like 83
Yeah.
or something.
I mean, he wasn't going to be around forever.
They didn't have a republic though, right? They just had a pure democracy.
Yeah, hence if they had a republic, he couldn't have done that. They would have said, well, they probably would have had a rule against murder. But since it was just democracy, they voted to murder him. Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. Mob mentality.
yeah, pure, unadulterated, unrestricted.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
were
lot.
talking about fixing democracy by doing away with it. No, by getting an AI to help us run the show.
Yeah.
I don't know if Andreas had mentioned that having an AI at the center that makes the decisions. And I thought maybe just an AI that advises us to make the decisions. But I kind of like you have multiple AIs that make decisions that have veto power that we can override. Like right now, we can't override the president's veto. I don't think. Is that right?
You can override it once. Like, if he vetoes you, then you can go back and do it again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, like, it takes so much effort to do that, it almost never happens. But they can.
Yeah, I mean, the president's job is just to say no. It's too crazy for the most part. I don't
Yeah.
mind giving an AI that ability, especially if we could override it.
Yeah, I mean, we're training AI for, like, generations to take over the job when we retire, is the way I look at it. So it's like you have a kid, and you let him make decisions sometimes, but you're still like not letting him drive right away.
Mm-hmm.
And as time goes on, AI will make better and better decisions, in our opinion, because those decisions are based on our decisions.
And having society focus on an AI that we're crafting around for 2 years leading up to the election or whatever, if there would be much more interesting than having society focus on which human to put in,
Right.
and then just have that same problem again, rather than an advanced. It's not like we're advancing the human every 2 years or 4 years.
Yeah, you just get system updates. It'd be so much better. And
Oh.
people could also argue over whether or not that update was as good as a completely new robot. And so a new team could make a new robot, and we'd vote for them. I mean, like, there's room for it.
Free software. So vote for Andreas for president.
You ought to.
2024, 2028.
28, I
I
think,
think
probably.
it's going to be Kanye in
Need a few years to
2024.
rest. Yeah.
I'm starting my campaign now.
Yeah, I think we should work for Kanye's campaign.
I'm
We should-
into it.
Yeah.
He wants it.
Yes.
He really
Vote
Ye really
Kanye.
wants it. I support Ye.
All right, more comments here. Plant to the face, foliage. Oh, that's the old one. GPZ, global population zero. Yes, the reset. So Tim Poole, we were talking to, and his thought about how things were happening. He said reset. I was like, oh, that's very interesting that you'd bring up resets, because you guys know why I would think that would be interesting. And he's like, yeah, economic resets will probably allow for everyone to start building from, if COVID happens and everything's zero economy, bankrupt, all of these economies would be able to grow simultaneously. And so we were saying that made a lot of sense, because then they could grow simultaneously, they could actually equalize their economies. My opinion, though, is that there would be some other Switzerland, turn Cuba into the next Switzerland or something like that. There'd still be somebody outside of that system that makes it possible for them to own all the wealth.
Yes, that would probably happen. I doubt that anyone would do that without that in mind.
Right.
Do you ever hear that concept of tabula rasa,
Mm-hmm.
clean slate? I think I was telling you about making a movie where the solar flare knocks out not everyone's mind, but like everybody's memory, and so people are kind of like reduced to being able to communicate as if it was, caveman times, and we're like not necessarily that we've lost language, but we're relearning it. And if the entire society was like clean slated, that would be a very cool concept.
Yeah,
How
I
would
think
humans deal with that?
that's kind of what it seems like happens, though, right? Like if Atlantis fell, if Rome fell, if we've had Dark Ages, if any of that stuff. By the way, Tim asked, do you think the Dark Ages really happened? He doesn't think it happened, I don't think either, which is really interesting.
Well, he was questioning it.
He was definitely questioning it, which is funny. But okay, we'll see. Point still is that like we probably have gone through resets like that.
Yeah.
Is it helped? Do you think we're somewhat? Is every reset helped?
No, I don't think so. The loss of Atlantis is like, well, it might have been better because maybe they were like authoritarian,
Or
but
lazy.
at the same time we lost it, so we don't know. Like, how can that be better? I mean, not knowing about something is better than having to endure something horrible, I think.
Maybe. I mean, if you think that you never knew your dad, and then you find out eventually when you meet him that he was like actually just the worst person ever.
Right. What's worse, not knowing him or knowing that he was an asshole?
You might think that he was an asshole is better than thinking he was a nice guy and it was your fault.
I think knowing he was an asshole would be better than not knowing at all.
You know?
I think. What would you rather be living in a state of torture or a state of ignorance? Ignorance, for sure. I think. But I mean, gravity's kind of like torture. We've grown accustomed to it.
Yeah, lies are great. Wait, hold on. Let me see also. Someone asked. Oh, by the way, hi, Brett, again. Hi, Moonchild. Moonbeam. Bliss.
What up, dudes?
What's up, Uncle Eddie? New World Order, no thanks. Jersey Bob, the snap of the I/O switch or the normal functioning of the human synapse, which is derived from our interactions in virus at all levels. Andreas would be the smartest president we ever had. I don't know about that.
Probably.
I mean,
If
they've
you
had...
became president, like, all of a sudden, I'd probably just raw IQ would outclass.
Yes!
IQ. I don't know, but it seems like it. Were there any, like, geniuses that were president
That's
yet?
a good thing to look into, actually. Who was a genius president? Was there any? Were there any inventor presidents?
I don't know.
I mean, Ben Franklin didn't really want to
Thomas
be
Jefferson,
president.
probably.
Jefferson was pretty cool, but he had issues. But he was smart. But, you know, he
I
also...
guess.
He pissed everyone off, so his friends had to, like... I think he was black, and that they hid it. I don't know if this is completely true, but... It makes a lot of sense because he was like, I don't feel very comfortable in the United States. They brought him to France where everyone treated him like an equal. Why? What was the deal? Was it really just because he was American? I think it was maybe because he was,
Neanderthal.
mulatto. Yeah.
He was part hominid of another.
Well, Neanderthals are the Caucasians.
Oh, they were.
We're the weirdos. Yeah, we're the.
I feel like I'm
people.
part Neanderthal.
Look it.
I hope I am.
That whole white pigment
like
thing.
3%.
Yeah.
I really hope so.
I feel girthy Neanderthal. Like, you're like that lanky. Neanderthal.
You must have a certain type of hominid ancestry because I've met other people that look like they have like similar facial. Like
Yeah.
Dave Days has a similar facial structure to you.
Dude, and some of these guys that have the next one east of me, the
Greek.
further Denisovan one is even gnarlier, where they have the wider eyes like Jim Kincaid, or to show you some people like Ben Goertzel, or I don't know, Ures, some of these like AI programmer guys from Hungary, they have like Denisovan features, which is cool.
Interesting. So it's
Yeah.
Denisovan. Is that
Denisovan's even bigger
than
than Neanderthal. Yeah.
Wow, I heard good things about them.
Yeah, but they mixed with Florensis, which was the smallest thing. So I can imagine what the heck that looks like. That's got to be interesting. Giants and small, one,
Oh, the Denise ones were the giants.
Yeah, they were very large. I mean, there's
Wow.
thick. Wi-Fi, 13th monkey, top hat. Just grow a neat beard. I thought you were gonna say grow a neck beard, and I was like, no.
I'm into it.
But maybe if I ran for president, I could. You know, everyone
Bring-
needs something weird.
Bring neckbeards back.
Bring neck beards back. That's the weirdest slogan for a president.
Did you see that documentary about Pepe? Not the one that we watched last night, but like the hour and a half one about
Right.
the
Yeah,
creator
about
of
the
Pepe.
artist guy from Tracy
Yeah.
or
And about how
Yola.
like the NEETs, NEET, they do nothing. It's like they sit in their room and it's like what it's all about is being neat.
Yeah.
NEET, I think is the
And you want a little bit more chaos than
neck
that.
beards. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, there's fedoras, neck beards, and then like there's people that own
Yeah.
property in general. I think it's like they're just upset at anybody who actually has a job and is paying taxes and owns their house. So they're like, you should call them a fedora neck beard now.
How do you feel about walking a little bit?
Let's follow your lead.
Let's do this. Yeah, I'm into neck beards. I mean, you could always
If you
shave.
check my search history, you'll see some weird stuff about neck beards.
This is a good direction. I'll meet you on the other side.
I can't believe I did that. Whoa! I didn't even get wet.
Motherfucker can move.
I was lucky.
Oh, I love the sound of rocks tipping in the water. Like,
Yep.
when they're cast in the water and they're like rocking back and forth, that like clicking sound. It's kind of like smacking your lips sound.
Boom, 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 boom. Like Jesus walking across water. Thanks, Lori.
Yeah, I was thinking that they were all tripping on ergot, or Ben was telling me, Stuart was
Ben
telling
Stewart.
me about, you know, that drink that they would all have. It was like a drink that had like methamphetamine, possibly ergot.
Oh, ephedra bush.
Yes.
Yeah, cat
Ephedra.
and ephedra. Yeah.
And it was like these 3 drugs mixed into this drink, and they would import it or they would export it all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Cat's still big from. Yeah, but there's also cannabis, so
And
hashins.
that was part of it, was
Yeah.
cannabis oil.
Cannabis oil. So the Bible says in Exodus 23 that the oil they use has 6 pounds of cannabodin. And they don't say what that is, but if you look into it, it's pretty clear it's cannabis.
Definitely.
And like they're like the only people who are allowed to use this though are the priests. You're not, you don't want no normal people having
So
access
messed
to
up.
that. But if you pay us, we'll put it on your skin. So I mean, maybe it was a medicinal thing, like that they were getting money as a racket at the church for therapeutica, which is the Egyptian word for therapeutics, which is where our word comes from.
Probably.
Well,
Maybe we should head back.
yeah. All right, guys, I think we're gonna start heading in the other direction. Any more questions you
don't
have while
feel-
we're disappearing?
I don't see any more forward momentum. Everything's off the beaten path, if you know what I mean.
Is that like a back P dash Y? Back? Oh. Glorify Andreas. Ask him to show you Harper's Ferry. We're definitely going to Harper's
Oh,
Ferry.
I love Harper's Ferry.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like a small mountain town.
Nice.
It was like, well, you said it was like a naval base. They built ironclads there or something.
Yeah, Civil War.
They've got like
think before that too, though.
monuments where everything was leveled. It's just grass, big grass fields now. I hope I'm not stepping on water. Where there used to be like foundries and different factory buildings where they would build boats. The canals are still there that lead into the, I think they call them, I don't remember what they're called, like dump tunnels, where they would use runoff water to turn generator cranks to power the factories where they would build the weapons.
Right.
And then you can like walk up the hill to the top where there's like the mayor's house. It's all defensible.
Say Monday.
Freaking cool. Cool. Today is Monday. Yeah.
Guys, I forgot the whole thing. So right now, what time is it? I got this watch. What's it say? It's 1:14. Is that right? Okay, so in about 45 minutes, as far as I could tell, maybe it oh god, it's probably airing right now. Guys, I'm gonna turn this off. There's another video airing right now with Esoteric Agenda's Ben Stewart interviewing with me from the Palace a while ago. It's lost and found edit. Check that out. Enjoy. Ben Stewart did Esoteric Agendas 2. He also did Esoteric Agendas 1 and Ungrip and Chematica. But check out Esoteric Agendas 2 because it just came out. It's fantastic, as is the first one. Very much something that inspired me to like go down this path and make videos.
Is it benstewart.com?
Ben Stewart, also on YouTube, I think he's got it now.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, benstewart.com, and
awesome.
He's on Instagram. He's also like Cobra Kai. Like he's just so good at karate or what is
Yeah,
it?
we were talking
Martial
about
arts.
the fasci. I don't want to waste. We should probably
The muscle.
Go watch the video. Yeah.
Yeah.
About like the intelligence that lives in the connective tissue in your body. Like there's neurons and all sorts of actual body intelligence.
Right. So fantastic stuff, guys. Check that out. Thanks for joining Ian and I. We'll be back. Say goodbye, Ian.
Bye, Ian.
Bye, Ian. Love you
Goodbye,
all.
Ian. That's what you asked.
Reese and the
I'm just kidding.
Tartarians.